Show me the money. Dollar signs in the chat if you want to talk money. Dollar signs in the chat if you want to talk money. It's time to talk little money. Time to talk big money. Heavy on the big. It's fat nigga season. Shout out to the fat niggas. They came through Friday and blessed the chat. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They came through and blessed the chat. Let's see what they got for us.
We got fat nigga video games before GTA 6. The Entrepreneur Nigga Think Tank has done it again. After years of innovation, iteration, and ignoring NDAs, they've created the most powerful simulation in existence. The Fat Nigga Experience. VR so real, you'll wake up sweating Henny. You don't just play the game, you become a big body king. Pull up to your mansion in a hovertrike. Manage a snow bunny compound. Run a crypto empire from your velvet recliner. Open restaurants, tax the skinny, invest in oxtail futures.
Babe, did you just buy 3 nightclubs while getting a foot rub?
Yeah. The fat niggas booted up the simulation for the first time. And what they saw changed them forever. Everything's customizable, belly physics, realistic. Drip settings, infinite. GPS reroutes around cardio. And the best part, there's no end game. Because the grind is girthy. The fat nigga experience, think GTA but way bigger. What should we add to the game next? Drop a comment. Hey yo, shut the fuck up. It's fat nigga season. We got fat nigga video.
Oxtail futures. That needs to be. Could you imagine if niggas got into oxtails like 7 years ago? If you could buy stocks in oxtail, you'd be up right now. At least 2x. At least 2x. I want to say 5x. Shout out to the fat nigga season. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Meme coin game on fire. Meme coin game on fire. Okay. If you want to know how to get in the meme coin game, we got toots or tuts tutorials in the Men of Order Telegram in the pin box. If you are a member of Men of Order or become one, you will have access to our Men of Order Telegram. Not financial advice. Do your own research, and trading meme coins will lose you all of your money.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I promise you that. It is one of the worst casinos you've ever been in. It is. You'll have more luck in Las Vegas than you will in the meme coin game. But it's fun. It's fun losing your money. It's fun losing your money. I got to tell you that. Anyway, on to some safer bets. Seeking Alpha. Great website. It's the place I go. It's the first website I visit, Seeking Alpha. Every day I go to Seeking Alpha. And today they take a look at one of my most interesting industries, which are semiconductors, aka chip stocks. Okay. You know, I love to have a tech heavy portfolio because that's where all the volatility is. That's where all of the volume is. So and there's a lot of popularity because many people are familiar with the names, which means you're going to have a lot more interest from retail investors. So they take a look at some of the stocks here. And for some of my safer people, you guys like ETFs. So we have a semiconductor ETF here, SOXX, okay, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. And we also have SMH, does not stand for shaking my head, okay, but this is the VanEck Semiconductor ETF. And they're all in bear market territory. They're all in bear market territory, according to this analysis. So this is a good time to potentially get in, just add it to your watch list. Not financial advice. Do your own research. And he says he personally likes SOXX because it has less concentration at the top than SMH. As for individual names, he says NVIDIA. Yeah, we talk about NVIDIA a lot. Also, ASML is another stock he mentions here. And he also mentions equipment. And I think this is pretty cool because this is the backbone of chips. So he mentions Applied Materials, AMAT is the ticker, and KLA is another ticker. Okay, and he says their machines deal with different stages of the semiconductor production process. So if you want to get into the machine work behind the semiconductor business, that would be a nice way to hedge your bets as well. Nice, safe, quiet money. Okay. Also, he does mention AMD. You know, I like AMD. Okay. And I think AMD benefits mostly from the video game market because that's the chip inside the Xbox and the PlayStation. So he says here, while I recently upgraded my rating for AMD due to the extremely attractive valuation, I still think that over the long haul, they will struggle to keep up with NVIDIA's pace of innovation. So this is true. NVIDIA is king. NVIDIA is king. A little bit more expensive, but it is king. It says here, NVIDIA remains my top chip stock pick. Yeah. So his top pick is, as far as chips are concerned, are NVIDIA. He says, I'd also pick Broadcom because Broadcom, AVGO, does not directly compete with NVIDIA, but is also a vital wide moat player, providing a rich variety of semiconductor products for AI data centers beyond GPUs and CPUs. So this is a good way to hedge your bets in the AI market is Broadcom, and that's AVGO. Okay, so they're not a direct competitor to NVIDIA like AMD is. So, SoundHound is up. Yo, telling you, yo, that was looking so good the other day. What was like 3 weeks ago? I think we talked about SoundHound, right? Amazing corporation. All right, let's take a look at this SOXX situation. I did not look at the chart, so I don't know what this looks like, but I'd love to see what that chart looks like. So let's take a look. Let's pull this up here. It's a semiconductor ETF. Let's look at the year to date, see how it was affected by tariffs. Okay, yeah. So we got a nice little trend down, and it's starting to come back up as expected because we got the great news today, which we'll go over in just a moment. And as you can see, this is the reaction. You guys see that? Hold on. And you're starting to see the reaction here from some of the China news with Trump. Let's take a look at the big chart. Okay, yeah, that looks good. It's a healthy chart. It's, we got some trendies. Okay, we got some trendies. It's an upward trend. Okay, looks like that dip was Bloody Monday. Remember that Bloody Monday? That's what that looks like. I think that big dip right there was that Bloody Monday. Remember we all jumped in and bought a bunch of stocks that day? Yeah. CoreWeave? Yeah, CoreWeave was another good one. We talked about that a few weeks back as well. CoreWeave is freaking phenomenal. Anyway, so that's an ETF. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys like, oh, I don't want to do individual stocks. All right, you want exposure to the semiconductor industry? There you go. SOXX is going to get you exposure to the entire industry. All right. And it's trading at 208 with a high of 260. It looks like. So, this could be a big thing. Like, that's another thing. A lot of people try to make quick money. Don't try to make quick money in the stock market. Okay, don't try to make quick money in the stock market. That's not the way, especially for rookies. Okay, if you're a rookie, that's not how you want to look at this thing. Okay, what you want to do is you want to secure your future. Okay, so you buy a little bit every week or a little bit every month, whatever you can afford to dollar cost average. And think about this as a long-term strategy. Okay, think about this as your own personal 401k. Okay, so this is going to help you in times of uncertainty and help you retire early, hopefully. Okay, you just look at one day, you're going to just wake up and you look at your portfolio and be like, you know what, fuck this job. You'll be able to walk right up out of there because you invested with the hoteps. Okay. Speaking of AI, Saudi Arabia is making moves, big moves backed by Amazon. We're talking about $100 billion. United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. This that kingdom money. This that oil money. And they said they're doing is to stop relying entirely on the oil money. But $100 billion going into AI infrastructure, and who they're investing in is this company called Scale AI. And Scale AI is very interesting because what they do is they have contract workers who manually process text, images, and video data for machine learning. So basically what happens is you guys may take an image and pop it into AI and ask the AI, hey, what is this? Well, the AI had to be trained in order for it to tell you what it's seeing, in order for the AI to do what it does efficiently. So there are people that manually train the AI and create these databases and libraries of images and text, and that's what Scale AI does. So they're, like the backbone of AI, or a big chunk of AI, right? So the article here on Cryptopolitan says, moving to the Middle East, because they're going to build a great big office there, Scale AI, could also make the company more competitive outside North America and China by pooling more clients from regions where artificial intelligence is growing at an unprecedented pace. Okay. Says here, Saudi Arabia partners with Google to build $10 billion AI hub. Saudi Arabia has already made significant strides in AI development, partnering with Google, Alphabet, to create a $10 billion AI hub to support the kingdom's tech industry and make it more competitive globally. And check this out. Saudi's sovereign wealth fund, PIF, Public Investment Fund, leads a $100 billion project called Project Transcendentist. How do you say this? Transcendence? Project Transdentist.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Project Transcendence. That's a little creepy. Okay. You got an AI project called Transcendence. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but they cooking up some shit that's going to eliminate humans. I'm sure of it. Anyway, this AI hub will build Arabic language AI models to make artificial intelligence tools more accessible to Arabs and create high-tech data centers to process large amounts of data for training models. So they're going to have them Arabs over there in AI sweatshops. I'm just joking. I don't know if it's going to be AI sweatshops, but they're definitely going to have some people in doobie wraps programming AI, doing a whole bunch of AI. It says right here they want to invest heavily in education and research programs to develop local AI talent. So that's the new job. All right, that's the new job. All right.
Hotep, you're a genius.
I need everybody
HotepJesus.com.
to just have a seat for a second, fall back. If you want to put your kids into something, put your kids into AI. Now, whatever the experience is. If it's law, then it's law with AI. If it's medical with AI. Get your kids into AI. I got my kids building shit with AI right now. They've been doing this for I would say, well, they've been playing with AI from the start, but I got them building now for like the past month. They've been building stuff, and top secret, you know what I'm saying? Can't tell you about that yet, but we cooking something, you know what I'm saying? So put your kids in AI, and put them in, the blue collar positions too. Cyber, cloud plus AI, absolutely. Yeah, cybersecurity is a big one. Cybersecurity is going to be super huge, especially cybersecurity plus AI. Okay, cloud, yep, a lot of cloud, a lot of data, transference, yep. Transcendence means they are using the proceeds to invest in interplanetary development. Yeah. Anyway, we talk about stablecoins. I always talk about that big money, that central bank money. And Korea wants influence over stablecoins. They want to make Tether available to Koreans. The Bank of Korea has said it wants a rule authorizing won stablecoin. Tether will now issue tethered dollar stablecoins on the Kaya public blockchain, which was formed by merging Korea's Clayton with Japan's Finchia blockchain. So Tether is branching out into Korea. I was reading this article. It says here, the official continued, in fact, in the United States, the Federal Reserve System also exercises some authority in related legislation. Yeah, cooking with Kaya, right? Yeah. And so when we talk about legislation, if we're talking about stablecoin legislation, chat, who are we talking about? Stablecoin legislation, what is that called right now? Gotta make sure you people watch the Grift Report. You know what the hell you're talking about. I don't want people going around, oh, you watch the Grift Report and you still don't know what you're talking about. What's it called? What's the stablecoin act called? What's the stablecoin act called? Come on, let's go, Nine. Shout out to Nine Lives. The Genius Act. The Genius Act. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Mama Heath in the house. What up, Mama Heath?
Hotel.
Okay. Yeah. The Genius Act. There's a lot of deliberating. I'm going to wait for the next iteration of the bill before I actually sit down and comb through it because they're still making changes. But I might do I'm going to do a presentation on the Genius Act at some point. I just want to see what the next version looks like. Anyway, speaking of Bitcoin, some bullish news. Okay. The Trump boys are in mining. Okay. They are partners. Key shareholders of a company called American Bitcoin, and basically a mining firm, and they've had a merger agreement with Griffin. I don't know how to say that. I'm black, I don't know English, so, work with me, I can't read. American Bitcoin shareholders are expected to own 98% of the stock when the transaction completes the third quarter, and they're supposed to be going public. Yeah. That means we might be able to get some of this money. Okay. 6 weeks ago, American data centers in which Donald Trump Jr. and listed Dominari Holdings or shareholders entered into an agreement with Hut 8 to create American Bitcoin. Hut 8 contributed the mining equipment. It says here, according to Asher Genu, board member of American Bitcoin and CEO of Hut 8, taking American Bitcoin public is a critical step towards scaling the business at pace and magnitude we envision. So number go up. If you're holding Bitcoin, number about to go up. Not financial advice, do your own research. If you're not holding Bitcoin, you might want to get some. Not financial advice, do your own research. Anyway, let's continue. Today we woke up, lots of green candles in the market, and that's because of this right here. We reported on this last week, told you, our boy Besant went over there to Geneva, have talks with the Chinese. China! Okay, and came back with good news. All right, went across over there. They said, Scott said, he said, hey, man, listen. The hosts in Switzerland were our most gracious hosts. I wish I could have went to Switzerland with them. I know that chicken or steak or whatever they was eating was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely amazing. They was probably eating off of gold plates. It was probably the beds and the pillows were probably, softer than the OnlyFans model's ass. You know what I'm saying? Just amazing. Just amazing. So they came back and they negotiated a 90-day pause of most of the tariffs. So basically what they said was the Chinese imports will be cut to the U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports will be cut 30% from the 145%. And the Chinese on U.S. imports will be cut to 10% from 125%. So everybody just basically came back and said, hey, man, we're going to cool out for a little bit. All right. Try to figure things out. So nothing official, as far as a trade deal is concerned, there is no finalized trade deal. Okay. There is no finalized trade deal. All they did was go over there, shake hands. And basically, I think what Scott said was he went over there, spoke to the officials from China, and he was like, hey, listen, man, Trump just be talking shit, man. You can't just be Trump just talking shit, man. But, let's just go, let's just put this stuff aside. Let's lower the tariffs. You know what I mean? I'll talk to Trump, make sure it's cool. And then, we'll figure out the details later because we can't do it all in one weekend. OK, so, yes, the tariffs are still broadly higher compared to before Trump took office. So you're going to have I think it's 20% plus 10% because from the previous tariffs. And so it's still good news. What I like about this deal is it still leaves a bit of uncertainty. That means we still have time to DCA into our stocks, right? Because if they would have came to a finalized trade deal, then it's just like, damn, is it priced in? It's just like, is it going to market go boom, boom? So the market went up today, but it didn't go boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? It just went boom. So I like this. I like this because that means we can still play the volatility game. Because I missed my calls. I didn't play the calls. I should have played the calls for Monday. I would have cleaned up today. So I missed the calls today. But that means we still have time on the finalized deal. So once the deal goes final, we can play the calls on the final deal. As long as I get a good read on it. Okay. Not financial advice. Do your own research. But shout out to Scotty. Shout out to Scotty. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Scotty putting together a great deal. You know. And that's our financial update of the day. Don't you feel like money? Don't you just feel like money? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. So let's see how these things played out. I gave you guys a bunch of plays over the past few weeks. I've been getting a lot of good news. So things looks like this segment of the show is making the people happy. Some people, are saying, like this stock is up, that stock is up. And I'm glad you guys are making money. I'm glad you guys are watching the show and making some money. That's what it's there for, right? Got to handle business first. We got to handle our pockets first. Cash flow is everything around me. You know what I'm saying?